Welcome to the Workplace Minute, powered by H3HR Advisors and sponsored by Paychex, one of the leading providers of HR, payroll, retirement, and software solutions for businesses of all sizes. My name is Steve Boese. Pandemic-era remote worker recruitment programs still exist in rural Kansas. During the pandemic and the dramatic shift to remote work for many employees in professional services, technology, consulting, and other industries, a slew of smaller and mainly rural communities in the U.S. launched incentive-laden recruitment programs to lure some of these relatively highly skilled and compensated workers away from the employment hubs in large cities like New York, San Francisco, and Chicago, and to relocate to their towns, promising a low cost of living, family-friendly environments, and the opportunity to get away from the big city life. These relocation programs typically offered incentives like moving cost reimbursements, housing and mortgage discounts, and sometimes creative perks like a child care scheme staffed by local grandparents in the community. But with the pandemic now behind us, and more organizations calling workers back to more in-person work, often in these major tech centers, I had thought that these rural recruitment programs had largely vanished from the landscape. But recently, a rural Kansas county still wants remote workers to move there, and it's offering new residents $4,500 in cash, an internet stipend, and even fresh eggs. Lincoln County in Kansas is still recruiting new residents. The rural area is about 130 miles north of Wichita and has a population of just under 3,000 people. But local community leaders are hoping to attract remote workers and grow the local economy by offering new residents $4,500 in cash, a $500 credit towards high-speed internet, a free gym membership, and a monthly basket of farm-fresh eggs. And participants can also receive a free plot of land to build their home upon. Lincoln County's Mover Incentive Program comes after a bunch of other cities tried and found success with similar economic growth strategies for low population areas during the pandemic era. These programs were launched in places like West Lafayette, Indiana, Ellsworth County, Kansas, Tulsa, Oklahoma, and many more. To qualify for Lincoln, Kansas's program, remote workers must be employed full-time, make at least $50,000 annually, and reside outside of Kansas before moving. And participants must also be able to relocate within 6 months of enrolling in the program, and they must agree to live in the area for at least 1 year. And if a participant's spouse or partner is hired for a local job, they can also qualify for an additional $5,000 in cash. Typically, participants in these mover incentive programs enjoy a lower cost of living, more affordable housing, tax breaks, and opportunities to pay down some of their debts. And the program aims to recruit 5 new residents to the city in 2 years, along with 70 households in the greater Northwest Kansas region. So if you're someone who's still working remotely and might be interested in a different kind of lifestyle in rural Kansas, take a look at what Lincoln, Kansas is doing, and perhaps you can be a part of the extended great relocation of the pandemic-era workforce. We will continue to cover the important topics and trends in the world of work here on the HR Happy Hour Media Network. That's it for the Workplace Minute, powered by H3HR Advisors.